Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium. Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium. Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
So a little communication here to see what the best shot here and what result they're looking for up 3. I think they've come to a shot call here. Looks like it's probably just a through weight. Again, just enough to tap that back 4-foot rock through the 8-foot and give a really tough shot for Team Skrlik here to get to. So a little communication here to see what the best shot here. Oh, it looks like we've got our audio issue solved. So thank you very much, Jerry Gertz and Curling Stadium, to get that fixed. We are here in the second end of Team Grandy against Skrlik. And it's been an interesting 31 rocks so far. So Clancy's going to be trying to tap this back here. Each team had a little bit of the heavies to start the game. And this one might be the same case, but it looks like she picked it out. Really good shot to eliminate the damage here in N2. So Kayla's going to have a draw to the 4-foot. It looks like the broom's set for about 4.5 feet of curl, and I think we're sitting at about 15.3 to 15.4 this afternoon. I want to welcome everybody to the live stream, and apparently I've been talking to myself for the past 30 rocks or so, and in 3/4. But my name's Matt Yo. I'm the only broadcaster, I guess, you have for this event here today. So I'll be answering and making my own questions. So bear with me, and hopefully we can get a deuce on the board here for Team Skrlik and really get back into the game. They're working hard on this one. Trying to get into that 4-foot area. Just a little bit light. So 1 point for Team Skrlik, 3-1 going into the third end. All right, we're back. So I want to throw a huge thank you out for the co-op, as they're the presenting sponsor of this ladies Alberta Curling Series major event. So huge thanks out to co-op and other sponsors out there, as well as our Sticks and Stones pub here in the Leduc Rec Center, as well as Tailor Made Wellness, who's providing chiropractic and massage for the athletes here this weekend. So huge thank you to the Tailor Made Chiropractic Massage Wellness Center. Also, Hack the House is our new curling supplies provider here in Edmonton. Having a great open house here, or sorry, it's great open day, which was on Tuesday, and a great profit share program for the curling club. So reach out to hackthehouse.com for anything curling supplies, and your curling club actually shares in the profits. So N3, 3-1. It's been an interesting couple ends. The case of the heavies in the first couple ends. I am the owner of Tim's Ice Manufacturing, who operates the Leduc Curling Club here. So I can give you a little bit of an insight on the ice conditions as well. And also Justin Runson and Logan Yo, who are our ice makers for this event this weekend. So they're doing a tremendous job. As it's pretty nice outside right now, the ice temperatures are a touch warm. So we are seeing some pretty high times for draw to the pin right now. So we're at about 15.5 to 15.6. So that will come down to about 15 by the end of the game, just how the ice works. A lot of people think when the ice is cold, that's when it's the fastest. Actually, the colder the ice gets, the slower the rock will become. So the ice is a touch warm right now, just as we're in the heat of the day here in Leduc, Alberta. And the ice is looking really good. We're at about 4.5 feet of curl, 15 to 15.5. And, Team Grandy, who was out there this morning, has a really good grasp on it so far in the first two ends. And Team Skrlik is just trying to, string a few shots together, and they did last end, to have a potential chance at a deuce, but just came up a little bit light on the draw for two in the second end. Again, a huge thank you out to Curling Stadium and Curling Zone, Jerry Gertz, and those gentlemen back there doing all the behind-the-scenes work. Thank you so much for all the live stream and providing this for our athletes and our sponsors. So, huge thanks out to the Curling Stone and the Zone and Curling Stadium. So again, looking like a little bit of the case of the heavies. We're running pretty fast here this afternoon, and that one just slips to the back 8 foot. Not ideal when you're up 3-1 with the hammer. You want to try to keep those rocks above the tee line so that the opposition doesn't have a chance to freeze to it. So the second on Team Skrlik, Jerry Lynn is going to try to hit and roll off the side red and behind cover. So again, with the ice being so fast at the moment, these shots are fairly tricky. So your normal hit weight, you want to actually bring that down a little bit so the rock does have a chance to curl, but this one looks like it's curling quite a bit. And they're going to just flip it in there for second shot. So we'll try to get in some of the team sponsors here as well. Team Grandy with Spare Construction and RBC. Sake Balm, Baker Tilly, Rebound Sport and Spine, Hardline, of course, Match, Inspire Construction, and Metal Fab Limited. So huge thanks to all these players' sponsors that give them the opportunity to play in these events. Come to our community like Leduc, and we're welcome to have them in our community and staying in our hotel rooms and really trying to get some economic impact back into our communities after the last few years that we've had. So huge thanks to all these sponsors out here for these teams this weekend. The sponsors that we have here for the Alberta Curling Series. Without you guys, without our small business owners that put sport and people first, we couldn't run these events without you. So huge thanks to everyone out there and really giving these athletes an opportunity to perform at their highest level. I've been really impressed so far in the first two ends of how aggressive Team Grandy is here. You know, they're up two with the hammer. They could easily have two other shots in mind here, where they could be peeling off the center yard, or they could be hitting a second shot rock that's in the top 12 foot and just rolling into lie two. They've decided to make the really aggressive call and come around the center yard. Again, they were on the ice here this morning, and it looks like they have a really good grasp on the time, as well as the curl that's out there, and they've been really aggressive here the first two ends. So great to see. Phenomenal shot right there. Top 4 foot. Couldn't walk it down there any better. About a quarter open on the outside, and gives Team Skrlik a really tough shot here to tap it back. Some of Team Skrlik's sponsors: New West Truck Centers, George Cream, Bernice Sports Excellence, Mr. Mike's Steakhouse, Gordon Industries, Boucher Brothers, Cedar Shop, Scotia McLeod, and Goldline. Again, huge thanks out there to all the sponsors to let these athletes perform at their highest level. And, without you guys, it wouldn't give them the financial stability to come out and really enjoy themselves and get prepared for the provincials and the Scotties and everything they have in their calendar this year. Looks like we might have had a little bit of a pick there on their shot. The sweepers held with it and got it into a good position where it's second shot rock. That means Team Grandy's going to have to do something with it here. It's a really good lesson for our younger curlers out there that, there's obviously sometimes there's debris on the ice, or, we try to get people not to lay on the ice with your knees after you're done shooting the rock, or try to create flat spots or anything like that. But it's going to happen in a game in the curling club setting, where you're going to see some unfortunate breaks. But not to slam your broom, get upset about it, but really stay with the rock and try to do something with it. Getting that into a position where it's second shot rock, it has to make Team Grandy go after it, and then you have the opportunity to make the same shot again and put the pressure back on it. So great job for Team Skrlik sweepers there in keeping with the rock and putting it into the rings to do something with it. So second chance at this shot here. They're going to freeze to it instead of tap it back this time, which is it's a great call. Tapping it back would obviously leave your yellow rock in a position where it might be open, and then Team Grandy has actually a chance to lie 4. So freezing this one shrinks the scoring area down, and they're really trying to get a force here now with obviously 3 red rocks in the rings. Looks like it's a touch heavy. They were sweeping it 3/4 of the way. That's a tough result. Again, Team Skrlik was not on the ice this morning. It is a little bit quicker out there than it was last night, and they're just getting the case of the heavies right now, and they're just probably going to have a little team meeting here after the third end and just communicate about what the ice is doing and what they can do to keep their rocks in a usable position, which is above that tee line, in a spot where it can be advanced, it could be tapped, it could be used as a guard, instead of the heavies where it's back 4 foot, back 8 foot. Those rocks just are not usable in the later parts of the end. Very fortunate for Team Grandy there. A little kiss in the top 4 rock. Still hit the yellow rock and still kept their shooter in the house. So super fortunate shot there, but again, great sweeping. Way to keep with it to provide, a great shot out of something that could have been disastrous. So this is where the skip earns all of her money, right here. Lion 4, down 2, without the hammer. what do you think the right shot call is here? Their discussion that they're having is, what can we do to eliminate as many rocks as possible? Which that means not so much hitting the rocks, but where could we position this stone where it's very tough for them to take it out, but also cut down the scoring area for the other team. So I can see there's probably 3 shots here. You could freeze that one, that's top button that they're talking about there. You also saw Kayla motion to the freeze to the corner rock that's in the back 8 foot. That's not a terrible call either. The advantage of that one is that if the team Grandy would go after it and hit it, your rock, if it's positioned on that one back 8 foot, would actually be spinning into the center line. So that would be a good position to have. But I think they're going to go with freezing the rock on top 4 foot, and that would be the best call in my mind to get them out of some trouble here. I'm going to try to get a time on us here and see what we're looking with for Hom to Hom time. It was 15-6 earlier in the first end. So very high pressure shot here by Team Skrlik. Looks like they're watching it on the ice here. Again, maybe a little case of the heavies. They're trying for the audible, little hit and flop open. You know, that one was at about 13-9. So yes, that would have been probably through the house. But again, great communication with the sweepers and the team. That could have been, a disastrous call or shot outcome. But it actually tapped that rock behind the tee line. So if you're looking at the overhead view right now, if they nose hit this rock, Team Skrlik's going to have an opportunity to hit and roll into that pocket where that rock is behind the tee line and have a really hard opportunity for Team Grandy to get it out. So again, great communication by the ladies team there to keep on the rock and make a shot out of something that was not planned, but it made a great alternative shot and gives them an opportunity to try to get out of this end after this shot's over. So Clancy's going to come down, try to hit and roll, I would imagine, to top button. All right, so this is the skipper's shot. This is all or nothing here. Right there on where she's planning putting her broom. She dead freezes it there. It's going to be virtually impossible to get it out and force Team Grandy into a really tough shot to get one. And those skips out there that are looking at this shot, they're lying 5. But don't think of that. Been in this situation a lot with my team and when I was a little bit younger with curling. And you're not trying to think of those other rocks. You're just trying to think of draw to the button. What did I throw the draw to the button? Talk to your sweepers. It's a little bit faster, a little bit slower. And make that draw to the button, top 4 foot, top button, like you've done a million times before. Don't even think that it's against 5. So she let this go here. Looks like Tiffany is sweeping it a little bit out of her hand. They've backed away from it now. They should be trying to clean it here a little bit, yeah. Wow. That's a great shot. Under pressure, right on the pin. Gives Team Grandy an in-off for a bunch, but if you're sitting there in the hack against 5, were needing to throw that draw shot after the team's been pretty heavy in all your shots, and you walked it down there and put it right on the pin. Great shot. Absolute great shot by Kayla there. So Team Grandy, love to have some mics on them right now. This is one of the advantages is curling has is get the upfront and personal with the team and what their thought process is with these shots. And I think they've come down to the in-off where there's a couple ways to make this shot. You can make it right onto the yellow. You can touch the red, push the yellow. But Kayla Skrlik has really put them in a tough position to make this shot, and this is a huge shot. This is about a 6-point swinger right here. Comes out, gives it a good extension. She can definitely throw it hard. It's like they're sweeping it. It's really close. Oh, great shot. I think they got 3 out of it, maybe. I think so. Great, absolute great shot. Back-to-back great shots by Team Skrlik and Grandy there. So looks like it's a 6-1 lead for Team Grandy going into the 4th end. All right, looks like we're back. It's going to be an uphill climb for Team Skrlik here, 6-1. Team Grandy is playing lights out right now. Has great draw weight and really aggressive through the first 3 ends, and it sees them at a 6-1 advantage over Team Skrlik. But game is never over. 5-rock rule. String 8 shots together. That's all you got to be telling your team right now is, you know what? Let's string 8 together. 8 full shots. See what we can do. 5-rock rule. Let's get 3 back, and we're right back in the game. Great opportunity here for Team Skrlik to throw up a corner guard after Team Grandy throws up a center guard. Not the most ideal spot that you want to be putting your rock when you're up 6-1 in the 4th end is a center guard. But she's been aggressive all game so far. Super aggressive, Clancy. And we'll see what she does here. Does she go around her center guard or does she walk up and peel her center guard? No, staying with the aggressiveness, up 6-1. Love it. You know what? You have your team. You have your opponent up against the ropes right now. You have your draw weight. I love this call. Head around the corner, your head around the center guard, and put some more pressure on your opponent. Again, with the theme of the game so far, Team Grandy's lead. Sarah just puts another one side button, and now we're going to go around the corner guard. There's going to be some rocks in play this end. You know, you string 8 shots together, and you're going to have a chance here to get a couple on the board and get right back into this game. Again, huge shout out to Co-op, the presenting sponsor here for the 2022 Curling Stadium Alberta Curling Series Major. It's a mouthful. I'm Matt Yo. I am ice maker slash broadcaster slash bartender here later on tonight. If you're coming down to the rink, and be more than happy to make you a rum or a rye and support our Sticks and Stones pub, which is one of our sponsors here as well, in the Leduc Rec Center. Another huge thanks head out to our ice makers for the event this weekend, Justin Runson and Logan Yo. They've created a very good surface for us today. We're about 15-2, 15-3 for a draw to the tee line. About 4 to 4.5 feet of curl. So we've had lots of really nice compliments so far through 3 draws, and great thank you to those guys for all their hard work. Megan, thank you for the kind words on the live stream. Man of many talents. I always say thank you to that comment, but I just trying to fill in here for Jerry and give you guys some commentary and give you a little insight on the ice side of things. We are a little warm out there today. It's pretty nice in Leduc, in Alberta. I think all the farmers are pretty much wrapped up their harvest, which is great out here. And the ice temperature is a touch little warm, so we are running a little bit faster than normal. We are like to keep it around the 15 seconds, but it probably will get there after about the 5th end. It'll probably come down to 15-1 and stay about 15 for the rest of the game. Another couple of huge shout outs to Team Grandy's sponsors: Metal Fab Limited, Spire Construction, Sake Bomb, RBC, Baker Tilly, Rebound Sport and Spine, Hardline, and Match. Again, huge thanks to all the sponsors out for the teams and for these events. You know, through the last few years of the pandemic and whatnot, it's great to see our small businesses and supporting these athletes and getting back to what they love to do, supporting our community as well. So thank you so much for the small business owners and everyone that's out there supporting these young athletes and helping them achieve some of their dreams and ultimate goals to get to the Scotties and play in a competitive sport as well as a community sport like curling. So thank you so much. So 6-1, and Team Skrlik's going to put a few shots here together. They're going to have a chance to get a couple points this in, as Team Grandy's guard didn't get into the position they needed. And, good shot by Jerry Lynn behind the corner guards. So again, with the ice being a little bit faster than normal, this is a very a tough shot to calm your body down and really throw the right speed here. You could throw this heavier than what you're wanting as for a skip, just because of the speed of the ice, and it just might not curl if you throw it too hard here. So looks like she let it go really well, and the sweepers are on it here. And this Team Grandy is just firing on all cylinders here this afternoon. So great shot. But here's your out. Kayla's going to be asking for probably a light tap back. Yeah, move it back to the back 4 foot, your back 8 foot. Keep that rock in play for a jam stone later in the end. And roll in front of that, or behind the guard, in front of the one back button. Very important here to know your weight, throw the right weight in the area of the broom. I always say as a curler that broom is a guideline, and you really want to throw the right weight because your sweepers can manipulate that rock all the way down the ice. But make sure you throw the right weight. They're working on this really hard, but it looks like it was a touch light for what they were looking for. You know what? And that's to be expected. They've had the touch of the heavies for the first 3 ends. So they're really trying to find it here. But they still have a pretty good opportunity depending on what Clancy would like to do with this next rock. But where those rocks are positioned in the house, Kayla's still going to have an opportunity to get a rock in there. And maybe even, again, look at that skipper's deuce. Again, this is the beautiful thing about curling. If we had the mics on the ladies here, we'd know what they're thinking and trying to talk out. And I think the proper shot here for me would be a top 12 right on the center line, maybe biting the top 8 right on the center line, to give Skrlik the toughest shot possible. If you're higher than that, it gives Team Skrlik probably the opportunity to come in either way and tap those rocks back and get close to the button. So I think what they're trying to get here is a biting top 8, full 12 foot right on the center line shot. Again, looks like the sweeper's on, off, on, off. Looks like the The weight could be just about perfect. Sweeping for a little bit of line, trying to get it to curl over a little bit. It's an absolute perfect shot. Wow, these ladies are firing today. Mark, you are right. In the live chat there, I'm not sure what they had for lunch after their little bit of an off game against Team Scheidegger, but they are firing on all cylinders this afternoon. Tough result on that shot there. Honestly, been in that position quite a bit of times where you're not quite firing on all cylinders, and the other team is is pulling away, and it feels like they can't miss. So you come out and you throw a little bit of a high hard one where quite possibly a draw into that pocket could have been a better result. Trying to keep those rocks back button there because it gives you an out with your last couple shots at the end. Now those rocks aren't there. Team Grandy can throw up a guard here. They could tap it back. They could go top button, kind of make that Christmas tree look from the guard to the top 8 to the top button. And Team Skrlik doesn't have a whole bunch here if this rock is placed in that area. Again, a huge thanks and a shout out to Co-op for being our presenting sponsor of the weekend of our Alberta Curling Series Major. Looks like they're working on this pretty good. Sweeping technique is fantastic, right over the rock, as you can tell. Great shot. That was very important to get that rock behind the stationary rock. If it ended up on top of the stationary rock with that same angle, the double could have been made and rolled behind the corner guards. Now, since that rock has been sucked behind that rock, the double is still there, but the double's not there to roll behind the corner guards. So great sweeping, absolute great communication on Team Grandy, and great shot. Couldn't walk it down any better. We'll see what Kayla has in store here, and hopefully we can get that skipper's deuce. Since we have a little bit of time here to discuss their shot, another huge shout out to Team Skrlik's sponsors, New West Truck Centers, George's Cream, Bernie's Sports Excellence, Mr. Mike's Steakhouse, Gordon Industries, Boucher Brothers, Cedar Shop, Scotia McLeod, and Goldline. Again, huge thanks and shout out to all the sponsors of the event here, Co-op, Sticks and Stones Pub here in the LRC, Ice Advice Sensors, Hack to House, our new curling supply center here in Edmonton, Alberta. Visit hacktohouse.com for all of your curling needs, as well as a profit share opportunity with your curling club that they've developed, which is going to be a great new revenue stream for any other curling club out there that has a pro shop. So anyone listening, if you guys have a pro shop, or if you don't have a pro shop in your curling club, reach out to hacktohouse.com and inquire about their profit share program, as well as Global Machine Supply, and they were the sponsors of the men's event last weekend. So I think what they've decided to do here was try to make that double and kind of sit right on top of the other red rock. It's tough result for Kayla, but there hasn't been a whole bunch to shoot at here. They're having a tough game with Team Grandy. They are just putting the rocks exactly where they want them, and it's tough to play against a team that's probably close to 100% as a shooting percentage at the moment. All right, I think this one they either want to tap it back a couple feet or top 8 here. Again, I think the shot was called to tap it back a little bit, but sweepers stayed on it, got in a really great position there. If they would have just left that, Kayla would have had a hit on the rock on the center line and stick for one. But since the sweepers kept on that and swept it over, the opportunity to hit that one center line and stick it for one is not there, because the rock that they just shot came into the 8-foot far enough that the nose hit won't get you one. So this pushes them into the wide draw to the 4-foot for one, and keep the game alive. So we'll see. The sweepers have been sweeping it pretty good out there. Looks like they're going to try to get it to curl a little bit, which they probably just more worried about sweeping this to the tee line than anything. And that's a great shot for one. Fantastic shot by Kayla. Great communication with the sweepers to switch there, get it to curl into the 4-foot. And 6-2 after 4 ends.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next curling stadium.
Really try to string some shots together. The probability of winning this game is not extremely high. Maybe 1 in 50, 1 in 60 at this level, being down 4 without the hammer. Maybe even higher than that. But you have to look at the draw. So young teams out there, Team Skrlik, if they lose this game, they will not be playing until tomorrow. So that's a big layoff. So you want to be able to play some meaningful ends here. Get the rocks in the right positions, learn the ice, not be too discouraged of what's transpired over the first 4 ends, but really take this as a learning moment and get that into the C event and really push hard over the next few draws to get yourself back into the Bonspiel, back into the cash spiel. So first rock just came a little bit tight into the rings, gave Team Grandy an opportunity to peel it out. So right here, this is where the communication as a team needs to start between the thrower and the sweeper, saying, let's go here. Let's get a good guard. Let's string some shots together. Let's play the next couple ends like it's our last ends that we're going to play in the Bonspiel, which it's not. But let's get the team communication up, and let's string some good shots together and build for the next game. So great shot there by Ashton. Now we're going to see the tick shot tried by Sarah. Trying to carve it over. Good shot. Takes it off the center line. Opens up that button for the skip. If the end goes awry for them, the skipper should still have about 24 inches to throw her last rock and get one and go into the fifth end. So really great shot there by Sarah and move that off the center line. Huge shout out to the LRC, the Leduc Rec Center, and their staff. We don't actually have control of the ice plant here in the rec center, so our great staff at the LRC have really worked well with our ice makers to try to get the best surface available for our athletes over the last. We've been going since August 4th. So making ice when it's been 36 degrees and everything else, the staff here at the LRC has been second to none. And thank you so much to Andy and Carson and everyone else in their staff to help us out in these times with 36 degree weather and about 80% humidity. Great shot by Team Skrlik, get right behind the guard. Now Team Grandy taking off the guard. Now we're going to see a succession of guards go up. And if every guard is made and every peel is made, the next shot will probably be right on the center line, top 8 foot, and to give Team Grandy an opportunity to either hit or draw for their one. So make all the shots again. Good communication as a young team here. But, let's pretend this is the 10th in the Scotties. We got to steal one, and we need to make 6 really good guards. Let's put our thinking caps together, give some communication to each other, and try to perform these guards as best as we can. So again, a great guard. It came a little close to the house, so sweeping it probably wouldn't have been the greatest. But this gives a little bit of an angle that if I believe it's Kayla throwing this shot. Oh no, sorry, Lindsay throwing the shot. Gives a little bit of an angle for a possible double here. So, but very very good shot. Didn't want to get too tricky with it and just peeled off the front. So another guard to go up here, halfway guard. Huge shout out, obviously, to Alberta Curling Series, Lindsay Birch, Scott Hebert, Ted Appelman have donated and spent a lot of time putting together rules and draws and sponsors and whatnot for these events, for these athletes to participate in a series of events here at the Leduc Rec Center. And also a thanks to Jerry Gertz and Curling Stadium for providing all the live streaming that has really taken over the last few years here to allow people that are not in the Leduc area to watch their family, friends, sisters, brothers participate live on TV. And with Curling Stadium, they've been doing a tremendous job and providing the content for us to watch curling almost all year round now. So thank you so much for Jerry and all of the staff there at Curling Zone and Curling Stadium. A little tight on this shot. Oh, jammed it, but are they going to stick it on there? No, it's going to roll out. Everyone watching, if you can share, like, tap, subscribe to Curling Stadium, Alberta Curling Series YouTube channel, all the platforms, please. It does help with us to generate numbers and show our advertisers that word's getting out and we can produce these high quality games and help out with our numbers to try to produce more sponsorship and opportunities for our young athletes to perform at their highest level. Another guard put up by Brittany. And I think, Mr. Keller here on the live stream is probably right. They are content to just peel this away and have a shot for one with their last rock. Wow, huge break for Team Skrlik. Huge break. Now this gives them an opportunity to suck another yellow one in their top button, top 4 foot, and really going to put Clancy in a tough predicament here. Huge break for Team Skrlik and an opportunity here to lie to Dead Buried. See a couple comments here in the live stream about uniforms. I think that when I was talking to Dynasty and a few other the providers of our uniforms, I think it's tough to find material right now. So everything's backed up a little bit. I know we're waiting for our Alberta Curling Series jackets as well. And even Colin Hodgson, who's the owner of Dynasty, he didn't even have his own jacket for the event last weekend. He had his team's, but his wasn't available because he pushed his to the back of the line. And to allow other teams to get their jackets. So supply chains, everything else, it's been tough for people to get things. So I guess in saying that, I'll express again how much thanks we have to all the sponsors. You know, Team Skrlik throwing right now. Looks like they're going to try to bury one here. Working hard on it. Going to really put some pressure on Team Grandy here if she can. Tough. You know, they swept that 3/4 of the way. It's tough to get yourself to believe that it's 15-5 out there. You know, tough spot to leave that. If you wanted to if you're bringing it that deep, you probably should have brought it back another 6 inches if you could, so that if Team Grandy froze one on there, then you could follow them down and freeze one down for shop. But the way it's sitting right now, I don't think you can. If Clancy draws one in their top button right now. So shout out to some of the team sponsors. Team Grandy sponsors: Metal Fab Limited, Squire Construction, Sake Bomb, RBC, Baker Tilly, Rebound Sport and Spine, Hardline and Match. And Team Skrlik sponsors: New West Trek Centers, George Cream, Bernie's Sports Excellence, Mr. Mike's Steakhouse, Gordon's Industries, Boucher Brothers, Cedar Shop, Scotia McLeod, and Goldline. Again, huge thanks out to their sponsors. And huge thanks out to our sponsors as well. All right, they've changed up the shot call, which is probably the right call in my opinion. Running that guard right back or peeling it off. This end's turned around. That jam that Kayla on Team Grandy did on her last shot has really put them in a predicament here. If Kayla Skrlik can weld one on top of that one that she just threw here, looking like it could be a steal of 1, 2, depending on how many rocks Clancy could get out with her last one. Again, huge shout out to Co-op, our presenting sponsor of the Leduc Major, Alberta Curling Series Leduc Major. Thank you so much, Co-op. All right, we'll see. They jumped this one out of her hand again, but they've backed off a little bit. They've had the tendency to do that today a little bit, where they're jumping off the hand and then kind of let it go. Looks like she's going to be a little bit hot here again. Gives Team Clancy a really big out here. So do you risk it? Do you risk the draw? Because if you make the draw, it's probably game over. But if you miss the draw, it's game on. Or do you run it back and get rid of 2 yellows and give up a steal of 1? Looks like she's she's been aggressive all game, and this is the shot she wants. So draw to the side button for 1 against the 3. Clancy's really impressed me with her shot calling and her aggressiveness throughout the game, and this is no different. Talking to her sweepers, just making sure that she knows that the ice is either stayed the same or got the right information from the sweepers. Great communication there in the team. Out of her hand, looks like the sweepers are just lightly brushing it. It's getting real close to that one top 8 foot. Getting really close to that one top 8 foot. Oh no! Heavy and inside. Steal a 3. Wow, what a turn of events over the last 4 shots. Steal a 3, 6-5 after 5.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
It'd be 6-4. You would have hammer in the even ends, but a steal of 3 makes this into a new ball game. Those 125 people that are watching right now, just on the Curling Stadium feed, are going to be in for a treat here for the last 3 ends. Team Skrlik's got to be thinking that they just got a new life here. That communication, like we said, those younger teams out there. I know you're down. It's only the 5th end. String some shots together. Don't get too discouraged. Always try to be building for your next game, your next opportunity. I'm a golf pro as well in the summer, and you have those hiccups where Roy McIlroy he won the tournament a couple weekends ago, starting with a triple bogey and a bogey on the first 2 holes. Keep it together, stick with your game plan, throw some boulders down the sheet, put them in the right spots. Your other team makes a jam, leave it there, make your 2 shots, and look, you're right back in the game. If you're a younger team like I was, probably slamming brooms and getting upset because you're down 6-2, you wouldn't have had that opportunity that they just had. So that's great maturity, great communication within their team, and fantastic steal of three there. So it's a ball game. Now the shoe's kind of on the other foot for Team Grandy, where down they're probably going to have some talk with themselves, saying, "Listen, we've had this whole game in control. We've made some great shots. Let's not deviate from our plan because a couple shots got away from us. Let's go after them. Let's stay aggressive, and let's get back to it." If someone told you at the beginning of the game, if you were up 6-5 with the hammer after five ends, would you be happy? Yes. Always need to look at a very short window in sports and in curling, and build off every opportunity that you have. So, and saying that, you look, four great shots coming down here in the sixth end. Center guard around it, freeze, coming top 12. Fantastic. These ladies are putting on a show today, and super grateful that Jerry texted me to say, "Hey, let's do some announcing for this." And for the second time behind the computer trying to announce these games, I'm thrilled with what we've been getting here from these two teams. They're shooting the lights out here. Another great shot by Team Skrlik. Kind of missing on the right side now. I think that call was to come into the house, but she was light. She missed on the right side rather than being heavy. So puts up a guard, gives Team Grandy an opportunity to make the double peel. Fantastic double peel. Again, Team Grandy, except for a couple hiccups there last end, continuing with their great play, good double peel. Now a center guard to go back up for, I believe Jerry Lynn is throwing the next rock here. Yes. Lake Louise on the live chat. I am happy for all this curling as well, and happy that you're joining us. Spread the word, get people out there looking at the live stream, even tweeting out at our sponsors saying thank you very much for sponsoring the Alberta Curling Series, giving these athletes the opportunity to compete for some good prize money, and go out for their ultimate goal of getting to the Scotties or getting to the Brier, or curling at a high level. So thank you very much for all of our sponsors and all of you on the live stream and whatnot watching this today as well. So we're seeing a series of guards go up, series of peels. At some point, Team Skrlik is going to have to get rid of that rock that's top 4 foot. But right now, I believe this is the third's first rock. You still want to get those center guards up and protect your yellow rock, their top 8. Another huge shout out to James Gordon and Rory McCusker for all of their great production work of the last few weeks. Again, everyone watching out there and looking at clips, and couldn't do it without these gentlemen and these all these hard workers behind the scenes putting this together. I've been in a few meetings when they're starting to talk about things, and I just look at them and say, I freeze water for a living. Tell me what I need to do. And these guys they perform every week and get all this curling and content out there for the curling world and for our sport, really trying to grow the sport as much as we can. So thank you so much, James Gordon and Rory McCusker, for all of your work behind the scenes as well. All right, looks like another guard to go up here. Probably on your next shot, you're probably going to want to try to maneuver the stones in the house a little bit. You're only down 1 now, so you might not want to keep a bunch of red rocks around just in case a 2 or a 3 ender pops up. A few ends ago, you're trying to keep every rock in play because you want your rocks to jam and stick around, and you're hoping for a miss. But you're only down 1 right now, so you want to try to force, maybe even steal another one here, but keep the 1 on the board rather than a crooked number. Communication here is it, do you just do the straight peel, or do you look at trying to run it in there and move those rocks around? But I think they've decided the straight peel is probably the shot call here. Looks like this is going to be a really good shot here. Yeah, absolutely. Really recovered well from that little mishap from last end. So now the decision time for Kayla. Is it time to maneuver a rock in there? Is it time to maybe just hit that 1 top 12 and roll over into the side 8-foot? That would probably be my call. Lie second and third shot. And your second shot is pretty frozen to that red one. Again, you kind of have to do a reset here for all of those younger teams and teams there, is that you're only down 1. Like your risk, the level of risk that you want to make here is not tremendously high, only being down 1, previously being down 4. So I think what she's elected to do is to, I think, put up another guard, which is a good decision. Clancy's been very very aggressive all game. So does she draw another one in there to lie 2 side 4-foot? Does she peel the guard? That's going to be her decision here. But I think this call is just to put a guard, replacing that guard back up there. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Looks like they came in the house there. One of those maybe in between shots that you weren't completely focused on what shot you wanted to make. Was it the shot that you coming into the house for the freeze, or was it the guard? Just because where that rock ended up was probably the worst position you could ask for. A nose hit here might get rid of both yellows and red to lie too. Nose hit a little bit on the right side if you're looking at it down the center of the sheet here, and that gets rid of 2 yellows. So that's a tough result from a shot there for Kayla. Now, pretty long conversation here, trying to maybe collect themselves a little bit from the end prior, trying not to make a decision that is going to put them in a tough spot with her last rock. And I think she's elected just to get rid of that yellow rock. If she gets rid of it on this side where the broom is, it doesn't really give her, a really bad miss of going jam, yellow, red, and both yellows stay in the house. So I understand this call, but this might be more of a defensive call than what we've seen from her through the first 5 ends of the aggressive call that she could have got rid of both yellows here. So let's see how this transpires. A couple different situations could arise after this shot. Yeah, good shot. Gives Kayla an opportunity here. Like you draw right there around everything, right on the button. You do that, you're probably going to give up a maximum of 2. If you make a great shot, you could probably steal 1. This is kind of a low risk, low reward type of shot for her. So at the very least, she's probably looking at giving up a deuce, down 3, playing 7. But if she makes this really good, she has a chance to steal 1 here. So. Looks like they're trying to get in there to make it curl a little bit. But line looks really good here. They don't need it to curl. All right, draw for 2. All right, so it looks like, we're sitting at about 4.5 feet of ice. probably 15 seconds. Sixth end, it probably have come down to 15 seconds from where it was, 15.5. Looking at the ice temperatures that I can monitor here on my phone from Ice Advice, it seems like the plant has started to catch up a little bit from our warm weather. So the ice is actually in a cooling stage right now. So for those curlers out there, when the ice is in a cooling stage, it actually contracts and the rock actually becomes a little bit slower. So 15 is probably where we're looking at here. And 4.5 feet of curl out of her hand. Looks like they're just brushing her a little bit. Starting to curl now. I'm super impressed with these ladies' communication skills with their sweeping. Yeah, 14.87 is what I got on that one. Great shot. Draw for two. 8-5 Grandy playing the seventh end.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
All right, we're back. 8-5 Grandy over Skrlik. This game is brought to you by Co-op, presenting sponsor of the Alberta Curling Series Ladies Major here at the Leduc Rec Center. Absolute beautiful, stunning facility here in Leduc, Alberta. Thank you for the city of Leduc and Leduc County for coming together in a project like this and actually building the rec center around the curling club. This curling club has been here longer than the rec center, and they built the rec center, which has 3 hockey rinks, a pool, and 2 field houses around the curling rink. So huge thanks and a shout out to the city of Leduc and Leduc County for providing us with such a great venue. So 8-5. Grandy over Skrlik. We got a center guard that goes up and a corner guard that goes up, and we're coming right around the center. So Clancy Grandy continuing with your super aggressive play, which is fantastic to see, especially when the ladies are playing at this high level. They have just been absolutely shooting the lights out. One little mistake there in the fifth end, and that steal of 3. After getting the huge deuce in 6. It doesn't seem like too big of a blunder, but this is why there's a 5-rock rule, and the ability for these ladies to make high quality shots one after the other. You're not out of the woods until that last rock comes down the ice and your glove comes off your hand. So buckle up, and this should be a good couple ends to finish the game off. Again, thank you very much for Jerry Gertz and the Curling Stadium staff with James Gordon and Rory McCusker producing these games. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it and try to bring you a little bit of insight on the ice side of things. As my name is Matt Yo, I'm the owner of Tim's Ice Manufacturing, which was my dad, Tim Yo, that made some ice in some high level events over the last 60 years. And our partners, Justin Rumson and Logan Yo, who've produced a very good surface out here for the ladies to play with. So, and give me the opportunity to do a little bit of broadcasting back here as well. So, great double corner guard by Team Skrlik. And, game on. Again, a huge shout out to our sponsors, Co-op Petroleum here in Leduc. Great sponsors of the curling club for many years and curling in our communities. Thank you so much for providing us the opportunity to give these ladies something to play for and helping the curling club out for years. Sticks and Stones Lounge and Pub here in the Leduc Rec Center. Come down to the Rec Center and head upstairs for some great food and eats. Global Machine and Supply, who was our title sponsor for our men's series event last weekend. This one looks like it's coming in a little bit hot. As well as Tailor Made Wellness. They actually provide massage and chiropractor services to our athletes during these events at no cost to the athletes. So a huge shout out to Tailor Made Wellness, chiropractic massage for offering that for our athletes. And I know last weekend with the men, they really took advantage of that. And actually myself, I had a little slip on the ice and the young lady there gave me a couple cracks in the neck and feel 1,000 times better. So thank you very much for Tailor Made Wellness. Also, Ice Advice, who gives us ice makers live updates on our phone for all of the temperatures on the ice to try to give the best surface available for these ladies. They're working on this hard to see if they can drag it back behind the corner guard. So again, Team Skrlik is starting to miss on the right side. So early in the game, that rock probably would have been top or back 12 foot and wouldn't have really given them a chance to use it. Now this gives a little bit of a problem for Team Grandy, where they're going to have to do something with that rock, or less, have it been used by Team Skrlik next shot. Good shot, good peel there from Lindsay. Another shout out to one of our sponsors, Hack to House Curling. That is our new curling provider here in Edmonton. So for all of your curling needs, they have the website hacktohouse.com and also an unbelievable revenue share program with your local curling clubs. So anybody out there that has a local curling club, or actually not even a local curling club, but just involved in curling clubs, visit hacktohouse.com and reach out to Scott or Candace there, and they will let you know of the great profit share program that is out there available for clubs to produce a new revenue stream to help us get through this COVID downturn and get people back into our clubs. So hacktohouse.com for all of your curling, slider, gripper, shoes, pants needs. Visit hacktohouse.com. Great shot by, I believe that was Jerry Lynn. Great draw behind the corner guards. 8-5 for Grandy here in the seventh end. Sorry for a little bit of silence there. Our ice maker, Justin Runson, came in and just asked us when our next draw time is going to be. So we're a little bit behind schedule here. So it looks like we're going to try to get the next draw on here around 4:30. But great ice crew here, Justin and Logan, really creating a great service for the ladies here to play on. So also huge thanks out to all the ladies here and teams that came out to play in this event. And they've been nothing but accommodating for a few minutes late here and there, and making sure that it does give us ice makers enough time to resurface the playing area and get it all ready to go for the next game. So good guard there again by Team Skrlik. A little bounce off, but it's going to give Kayla a chance to make this double and actually roll behind her center guard. So on it, right on her hand, but just cleaning now. Does it get it? Oh, just misses it. Sue, really close. So now it gives Kayla Skrlik an opportunity to do two things here. Either throw the guard up, guard that shot stone, draw around that corner guard again, lie probably shot and third shot, or option number 3, come around the red guard in the center line. Now, Kayla does have the hammer here, so she probably doesn't want to bring play into the center guard quite yet. I would probably either do one of two things. I would either draw around that corner guard, lie 2 behind the corner guard, or go around the center. So she's elected to go around the center, bring play into the center. The only disadvantage of this one is that it's going to give Clancy an opportunity to run that short red guard back onto the yellow one. So you are burying the rock, but if you bury it completely, it gives a nose hit for Team Red, red on yellow, to stick dead buried. This is your third's last stone, so you probably could have had the opportunity to go around the corner and lie 2 or lie 2 buried. Then the other team probably would have tried to peel the corner guard or run it back. If they miss, then it gives you the opportunity to hit that rock back 8 foot and lie 3 with hammer with only 2 rocks to come. So that it's something to think about as well. But now, to me, that is a really good shot. It's not dead buried. If it was about 6 to 8 inches higher, it would even be better. Because if you dead buried it top 4 foot, again, that run back and stick it would have been a very tough position for Team Skrlik to be in. But if that rock was another 4 to 6 inches higher, that would have been a fantastic shot. Now it gives Clancy an opportunity to come down and draw and freeze onto it. But it's a very tough shot here. So, a lot of things could happen here in the next few shots, and this game's long from over. Watching it as of right now, hand motions saying that it's a little hot. Ice really hasn't lost any of its speed. That one there was 13.9, so she just fired it. Oh boy. Up and down this game we go here. All right. Kayla Skrlik going to try to put this top 4 foot buried around that center guard. She is potentially set up for a 3-4 spot if she gets this in the right spot. Just kind of brushing it lightly, trying to probably get it to curl a little bit, but again, a little warm. Tap back. So now it's the out turn freeze for Clancy. Oh boy. Folks, this could be a real big turnaround. So she's elected for the out turn freeze. Trying to throw this top button. After just throwing one in the hacks here, the sweeper's got to be telling her what the times are, reassuring her that the ice hasn't changed, that it's still about 15-2. Big shot here coming up. Out of her hand, looks like they're going a little bit on it, but they backed off here. Always, for those teams out there, always want to clean it here. 7th end. Even though if it's not dirty out there, you just want to keep a broom down so you're ready to sweep. Little chop off. Great shot. Absolutely great shot by Clancy Grandy there. Fantastic. So they're trying to see how much they can see from the hack. Looks like it's probably a thin half. Really important to score here, obviously, down 3. Trying to figure out a way to score more than 1 or 2. With that draw, very difficult. Just the angle on those 2 yellow ones gives us it's really tough to get rid of that red rock. If it wouldn't have bounced and left those yellows more in line, you could have come down with peel weight and just peeled it off, peeled one of your yellows out, and got your deuce. But right now, I don't think you can. I think if she throws a high, hard one, it's going to take out both yellows. That red rock will hit both yellows out. Your shooter probably leaves, and you probably only get 1. So they are calling a timeout, asking the coach to come out. Question from Keller on the live stream: is there another shot besides tapping it across the face? Yes, there is. There is a couple shots here. The one is obviously throwing that, Russ Howard Glenn Howard would probably be the best at this shot, where you'd throw about 1 rotation down the ice, and when the rock starts to die, it would just completely cut so hard across the face and tap it out, and probably get 2 or 3. You could run that red one straight back and plunk it onto the red one that's top button. And if you don't move your 2 yellows, you get 2 yellows. That's what I think they're talking about right now. Other than those 2 shots, I don't think there's anything else more than getting 1 here. I think you are right on the live stream there. I think the proper shot here is a back line. You don't have like you're trying like you don't need to get 4 here. I don't think the shot is there to get 4, but the back line shot just enough to get that red rock out of the 4-foot, and your shooter stays and the side 2 yellows stay, and that red rock rolls out of the 4-foot. So like a back line, back 12 type of shot. A little less handle, like I said, a Glenn Howard would love this type of shot, or a high hard one, um, and plunk it on that red one, and I think you get 2. All right, here it comes. High hard one, right on the nose. Maybe a little bit of center line side for probably 2. A little bit of outward motion there at the end. Gonna try to get it to curl here. And for 1. Yeah. Good shot. Great freeze by Team Grandy to get him out of huge amount of trouble there. 8-6. Coming home in the 8th end.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
All right, we're back. Team Skrlik throws up the center guard, and here comes the tick shot performed by Sarah. Great shot. Thank you very much for everyone listening today. It's been an absolute pleasure working with all the guys from Curling Zone and Curling Stadium to get this produced on for everyone today. Looks like we got another center guard going up here. Now down 2 without the hammer, what you're trying to do is get the your opponents to throw their last rock. Lie 2 in the house somewhere. Have your opponents throw the last rock, and anything can happen. Fantastic game by Team Grandy and Team Skrlik this afternoon. For any other live updates and YouTube channels, please head to Alberta Curling Series abcurlseries.ca for the draw, as well as any other live streams that you'd be interested in watching. Another great tick shot there by Sarah. Wow. Fantastic. Another center guard put up here. And Lindsay's going to look at, peeling it away, but also getting their shooter over and above the red rocks on the right-hand side. That's the tricky thing about these tick shots. There's usually 4 rocks in play throughout the end. So now when they're trying to throw their guards, they should be trying to throw their guard a little bit closer to the highest yellow rock. So if you see that high yellow rock by the hog line, the next guard should either be trying to go half around it or up high 2 or 3 feet from that yellow rock. 2 things happens there. Peeling it off to the left, it might jam on the yellow one by the boards and roll into the house. And also the shooter has to roll a very long ways to get to the boards to the other side. So try to get these rocks grouped together a little bit for a mistake. Unfortunate miss right there, and now the peel of the corner guard up next. Fantastic peel made there by Kayla. Oh, sorry, that was Lindsay. Kayla's up next here. All right, now I think they're going to be trying to come into the house here, try to get to the point where they can get 2 of their rocks in the house and make Team Grandy shoot against the tie. Thank you on the live chat. Yeah, no problem stepping in to do some commentating for this game. My pleasure. These ladies have absolutely shot out a storm here. They've been playing so great today, and so up and down game, and fantastic to commentate and watch. So just got a text from one of my buddies saying that there's good thing there isn't a camera in the booth because I have a face for radio, not TV. So I appreciate that, Scott. Thank you. Great shot there off by the corner. Peel it out. You know, it looks like Team Grandy's in full control here. Just need, I believe, 2 more rocks to go away. Trying to work hard on this one. Trying to get it buried around that corner. I think they might have done it. 3/4 buried. Great shot. Now everyone's getting pretty cheeky on the text line. Maybe I shouldn't have said nothing. All right, we got a run back for Kayla here. Team Grandy trying to make this yellow rock go away and have nowhere for it to hide here. And we got a little bit of a miss. So it looks like they're probably going to be in a position to be able to lie to and make the other team shoot for the win, which is it's kind of all you're hoping for when you're down 2 without the hammer. So great come around there by Brittany Tran. And Kayla's going to try to split the house. If you wanted to try to get a little creative or a little cheeky, you want to probably bury 3/4 of this around that yellow guard. Then Team Grandy would hit the wide open one. And then you could bury another one behind that guard. And then make Team Grandy draw for the win instead of just making one go away. So you know what? Like, again, younger teams out there, curlers out there that are trying to become better, just think about that. You know, try to make this perfect. So if they hit and roll out on the other one on the side, you can make another one perfect. Now they're shooting against the tie. They don't have to just make one yellow rock go away. That's what it seems like they're trying to do here. They're really trying to make it curl back there. I think they got it. Wow, sit. Great shot. Absolute phenomenal shot there. Even if she hits this on the nose and doesn't get shot rock, Kayla can draw another one right behind that guard, lie to, and then, excuse me, Team Grandy doesn't have the opportunity to just make one go away. They have to draw for the win. These ladies are not giving up, and it's been a tremendous game of counter punches. Excuse me. So again, you really, as a Team Grandy here, you really want to try to roll in and lie shot rock. And she's going to slide out here. So it's really important for that one to stick around for shot rock, because then Kayla Skrlik would have had to hit that, and then she would have been wide open, and then Team Grandy would have just had to make one disappear. Now, if Kayla can make the exact same shot as she made just previously, now, it is only going to be a draw to the 8-foot, but it's a draw. It's not just make one go away, routine, throw it down the sheet as hard as you can. There's some thought behind it, right? Okay, what path haven't we used for a while? What path have we used for a while? It's the 8th end, or have we used the right-hand sheet a lot more than the left-hand sheet? Do you want to throw an in turn? Do you want to throw an out turn? There's a lot more to go into that final draw than just making one go away. So big shot here for Kayla to bury another one behind that guard and to put some pressure on Clancy to make a good shot for the win. And again, for all those curlers out there, all those young teams, all those people that are trying to get better at the sport, this is a perfect example of a game that could have got away from you after 4 ends. You could have probably even shook hands after 4 ends, but you stuck it out. You played for every inch. Your team didn't slam brooms, didn't get upset with each other, came together as a team. And even if you lose this game, your team has grown at the beginning of the year here. Your team has grown that if you stick together, put a bunch of shots together, you can make the team throw their last rock in the 8th end and have a chance. So, whatever happens here for the last rock, or maybe we go to an extra end, just a huge shout out for Team Skrlik for really sticking into it and playing the best they can coming down the stretch here. Congratulations. All right, hit for the win. Didn't quite bury it. She threw it a little bit back to the center line when with the release, but it looks like they're just cleaning it. Oh, they're trying to carve it over. What do we got? Oh, just gets it out. Wow, what a game. Ups and downs and shots and great freezes, and that was a treat, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Huge thanks goes out to Co-op, our title sponsor here for the Curling Stadium Alberta Curling Series Ladies Major. Thank you so much, Co-op, Tim's Ice Manufacturing, Sticks and Stones Pub, Hack to House Curling Goods and Center, and Global Machine. Thank you so much for all the sponsors of the two teams and everyone out watching. Have a great afternoon and see you back in about 20 minutes for the A Finals qualifiers here at Leduc Rec Center, Alberta Curling Series Ladies Major.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.